All right, what's up, everyone? I wanted to jump on here. Some good questions, and one question I want to focus on mainly today. In today's live, I am on Instagram and on Facebook, so got the little dual screen. I kind of like the phone and the computer at the same time. Works pretty nifty rather than downloading some random new software and trying to learn that. So this works pretty good. But I got a question, and this probably a lot of you can probably relate to this, or it might help a lot of you. So it was about someone who has just become a new member of a gym, join the gym, and you get this all the time this time of year. New Year's resolution: I'm going to join the gym, and all gung ho, which is great, awesome, great first step in joining the gym. That's huge. But her question was basically like she's a beginner. Now what? She doesn't know how to use the machines, doesn't know really what to do. And this is, I see this a lot with people who join the gym or just start a training program or just want to get healthy in general and fitness in general and start working out. And like I said, that's awesome. That's the first step. You took action, messy action, got started. That's the biggest thing. That's a lot of the first step for a lot of people. And we don't want this gym membership or training just to fall to the wayside, because a lot of times people buy the cheap gym memberships at what's the cheap the purple cheap one. Why can't I think of it? It's like $10 a month on Planet Fitness. So people buy these cheap gym memberships, but then they just fall to the wayside. They forget about it. It just becomes a recurring payment that they never realize, or they forget, and they say, "Oh, I'm still paying for that stupid thing." So we don't want it to become that. We want it to become part of your life, part of your daily routine, your habits, your behaviors. Fitness doesn't need to take over your life, but it should be part of your life if you're ultimately wanting to be healthy, be the best version of yourself. So I'm going to go over a few tips I have for people who are starting out, beginners to working out, to going to the gym. And hopefully this helps you, everyone who's watching this, and helps you kind of get into the process, and again, make it become part of your life, part of your routine. And again, it isn't a quick fix. So, and that's kind of one of the things we'll talk about. And the tip number one for a beginner to training to the gym or whatever it is, or to fitness journey, is take it slow. You don't need to rush in and do everything at once. Be realistic with where you're at. If you haven't done any exercise or anything like that in 10 years or whatever, you don't need to go in and start going balls to the wall 7 days a week. You're just going to be sore after that first day, super sore, and you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to be able to walk up the stairs, walk down the stairs, do the things you want. You're going to be so sore you're not going to go the next day. So be realistic with where you're at and take it slow. Meet yourself where you're at, and don't just throw everything at it at once. A lot of times the gym might not be the best first step for some people. It could be just getting up and walking more. That's a realistic thing. But again, don't go in, don't start thinking you need to do everything right away. Take it one step at a time. Build on that. Maybe it's you're starting with 2 times a week training. You're going to the gym and working out, and that's great. Do that for a couple weeks, and you're starting to feel good. You're starting to get that in your routine. Then you up it to 3 times, and you do that for a while. And then you're just feeling good. You're feeling like you're making good progress. You're stacking up these little wins together 3 times a week for a couple months. And then boom, you're adding a couple days. Maybe you're going for some cardio on your off days, or you're adding a 4th day, whatever it is. But don't just throw it all at once. Don't just start thinking you need to go 7 days a week right away, lifting weights and running on the treadmill or whatever it is people do in the gyms these days. I haven't been to a gym in forever, so I'm not really sure. But again, take it slow. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overwork yourself right away. Be realistic with where you're at. Take a step back and look. When was the last time I exercised? When was the last time I worked out? Am I ready for this? Have I done any squats? Have I done any benches or push-ups or anything in the last however many years, weeks, whatever it's been? Be realistic with where you're at, because we don't want you being so sore that you can't work out the next time you're due for a training session. So again, be realistic, take it slow, meet yourself where you're at, because that's ultimately going to help you get to where you want to be. And that's what we do at TAG. We meet each person where they're at, where they come to us at, and design a plan to get them where they want to be, go at their own pace. Some people progress faster, some are slower. Sometimes we have things that happen, life gets in the way, we have an injury, something like that. We have to take a step back, rework it. So again, that's number one, take it slow. Number two is a lot of people go to the gym and they see all the bros in there, or the CrossFitters all going balls to the wall and doing all this stupid stuff, and they worry about others, and if they're what the others are thinking of them, or their thoughts of them, and thinking maybe they'll get embarrassed if I'm doing something wrong, or I look goofy or silly and stuff like that. Just don't worry about that. It can be tough because we're human beings, but just stop worrying about what others, because they're most likely just worrying about themselves and worrying about the same thing, thinking, oh, you might be looking at them or whatever. So just focus on you and what you can do, and be your best self, and don't worry about what others are thinking, or if they're looking at you, or if you're doing something weird. Who cares? It's just working out, doing what you can do. And again, working out, feeling good, looking better. That's what we're going to the gym for. We're not, got to stop worrying about what other people are worried about. Not just in the gym, that could be for in life as well. So that's number two. Number three is don't just go to the gym and go on the treadmills. Especially just jogging. You see those people who are just there all the time. Gym, they're just jogging on the treadmill, and you come back 3 months later and they look exactly the same. They've made no progress, but they just continue to run and run and run. Now, instead, do speed strength, and cardio. Train like an athlete. So combine all this. When you're training, you should be focusing on lifting heavy things, lifting light things, sprinting, jumping, throwing, crawling, just moving better. All these different athletic movements, that's going to really get you where you want to be, help you be an athlete for life. And when you're doing lifting weights and things like that, you should train to build muscle, build power, build speed, build strength. And when you're doing cardio or conditioning, whatever you want to call it, you should be doing that a lot for your heart health. Stop just focusing on trying to lose weight. You're not going to lose weight in the gym. That's what happens with your nutrition, with your sleep, when you're focusing on that. If your goal is to lose weight, or body fat, I should say, losing weight is super simple. Just go pee, go poop, whatever. That's how you lose weight. But the main thing is you should try to lose body fat if that's your goal, rather than just weight, because weight fluctuates, but body fat's a different story. But I'm not going to get deep into that, but focus on cardio and strength. Don't just think you need to do one or the other. Both are great. Both can be healthy, but they both need to fit into the plan, and figure out what your goals are. Again, training like an athlete is the best way to train, especially as we get older. Again, that's not just lifting weights. That's not just going on a treadmill, walking, whatever it is. That is sprinting, jumping, throwing, crawling, skipping, hopping, rolling, all these different things. And again, meet yourself where you're at. Don't come in day one and just try and go sprint 100 yards. You'll probably blow out a hamstring if you haven't ran in 5 years, or you'll sprain an ankle or something stupid. Gradually progress, ease into it, get into it, and then once you get used to it, same goes for lifting, same goes for running, whatever it is. Ease yourself into it. Throwing med balls, jumping. You don't need to try and dunk it right away. If you haven't done it in a long time, start with some pogo jumps, things like that. Some extensive jumps where you're getting rhythm, you're getting used to the ground contacts and prepping your body for what's to come and getting it ready to be take on more load and things like that. So strength, cardio, need them both. Speed, power as well, which are actually probably are even more crucial as we age, because power is, like I always say, is one of the first things we lose. So focus on speed, power, strength, cardio, and conditioning. So think building muscle, building strength, building power, building speed, and focusing on heart health. That's huge, because you don't just want to get one and dial in one. Because if you just work on strength, if you're a powerlifter or whatever, you're just going to become a big refrigerator and you can't move and you feel like crap all the time. Or if you're just running on a treadmill all the time, you're not going to build any muscle. You're not going to look good. You're just going to be either skinny fat or um, just looking how you always look. You're never going to see any progress. So combine all those: strength, power, speed, cardio, conditioning, all that stuff. Should be working on that, training like an athlete. That is my recommendation because it's better than group classes. It's better than um, CrossFit. It's better than any of those things when you're training like it. Better than powerlifting. Better than bodybuilding because you're getting everything you need to ultimately be a beast in the gym and feel good, look good, move better outside of the gym. Number 4, this comes to the actual lifting, kind of goes along with taking it slow, but focus on movement over maxes or movement before your maxes. I learned this from Zach DeCant, who is a strength coach down at TCU, and his book is great. I recommend it to any coaches or anyone listening, but it focuses really on getting good at moving before you start loading a bar really heavy or trying to do something crazy that you're not ready for. So learn a good squat with body weight or a goblet variation or something like that where you can get the movement better, learn the movement, master the movement before you load a barbell and throw it on your back with 300 pounds and try to squat and end up broken underneath the bar. And end up on like one of those memes or YouTube or Twitter, I don't know, feeds with gym fails or whatever they are. So movement before max. So get good at the movements. And I'm not talking about things like bicep curls and stuff like that. That stuff's simple. Focus on your compound movements. So your sprinting, your jumping, your squats, your hinges, your pushes, your pulls, your lunges, your carries, those types of things. That is what you should focus on movement before maxes. And again, use different movements, all these different movements. Don't just focus on the squats, the hinges, those types of things. Those are great. You should use them. But also, like I said, crawling, hopping, skipping, jumping, rolling, cartwheels, all this gymnastic type stuff, hanging from a bar, climbing, whatever it is. Do all these different movements so you become a well-rounded mover. You move like a human, not a box or a robot or a fridge. We want to be good movers. That's huge. Especially people complain of injuries, aches and pains. They can't get out of their chair or sit down on the toilet when they're old. And it's just, they use age as an excuse. That's just being lazy. No, it's because you don't move. You don't do things. You just do the same things over and over, and you don't get out of your comfort zone and test yourself. So movement over maxes, focusing on those compound movements rather than just the single isolation movements like curls and stuff like that. Those things have a place, but get the movements down first. You're going to be much better off. You're going to go much farther. You're going to see better progress. The last one is maybe the toughest for people to do, especially guys, because we're stubborn. We think we can do everything ourselves, and that's just ask for help. And number one thing would be, if you're in a gym, whatever, maybe it's someone who looks at or knows what they're doing, or it's a coach or a trainer in there, but hire a coach. If you are a beginner, there's no better way to make your progress go faster, smoother, and actually learn all these things that I talked about than hire a coach. Hire Tag, hire me. I would love to help you, especially with beginners. I love working with beginners because they don't have as much. A lot of people, if they're more experienced, they come in with a lot of bad movement patterns and stuff like that, or techniques or things like that they've learned over their years of lifting and training. And we got to really break them all back down. With someone who's new and a beginner, we're starting from scratch. It's like that fresh piece of Play-Doh. You can mold it how you want and get them going right away rather than breaking them down, learning bad habits that they've learned over the years and making them like that. But hire a coach. You're going to save time. Yes, if you're investing in a good coach, you're going to be spending money, But always think of your health and your wellness and your fitness as an investment. You're going to get a return on that investment. And that's my goal. I can give you all the knowledge I have. I can get you a great program. I can make sure I can hound you and keep on you and make sure you're coming. But ultimately, I can give you all the tools you need to see the results you want. But you have to take advantage of that, take action, and do the work. I can't do the work for you. I do my own work with my own training and stuff like that. But I can give you everything you need, saving you time, saving you money to ultimately and expediting the process. Because what do you think? If you think most of the time you're spinning your wheels, you're in the gym, you're wondering, what the heck do I do? What is that machine? What is that one? What do I do there? Whatever. And you're just spinning your wheels, and you do this every time you're in there. Oh, what do I do for a workout? Oh, I'll go on Google, I'll look for that. Oh, this one looks good, and you're jumping from program to program. That's not how you get results. You might see results, but you probably won't be consistent. So again, a coach can get you to where you want to be. That's my goal, is to help as many people as possible, ultimately become an athlete for life, especially these beginners, get them going, whether that's in person or online. For beginners, I suggest work with someone in person for a while, just because they can give you that live, real-time feedback right away. I've worked with beginners online as well. It's definitely tougher, especially if you don't get the videos and stuff like that from them. But if you work in person, if you're a beginner, that's my suggestion. Work with someone in person right away, just to get feedback and make sure they are good and they're helping you and they actually care about you. We care about our clients. I care about my clients because they help me pay my bills. So I'm going to invest my time back into them and make sure they are seeing the results they want. Make sure they're seeing fitness as something that is fun and not a punishment. Because too many people think, oh, there's a New Year's resolution, I got to go to the gym and punish myself. No, that's a bunch of BS. You don't need to go balls to the wall every time. I give you a plan that is programmed. Again, I help meet you where you're at, take it slow as we're going, and help design a roadmap, a blueprint to get you to where you want to be, and teaching you along the way so you can ultimately take these skills, these movements, these techniques, whatever it is, nutrition, sleep, mindset, all this stuff, and use them for the rest of your life, making sure they're becoming part of your behaviors, they're becoming routine, and you're not having to think over and over of doing these things. They just become part of your life. Because whether you work with me 3 months, 6 months, 3 years, 30 years, I want you to take these things because they should be a part of your life. Because fitness, health, that is something that should be part of your entire life, not just 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is. So if you are finally ready to unleash greatness in your life and go all in, bet on yourself, reach out, send me a DM, especially if you're a beginner. I'd love to get you going, get you doing things right, moving better, feeling better, and looking better. Who doesn't want to look better? I mean, probably can't help you grow any hair, or I can't teach you to grow a sweet beard, but I can teach you that fitness is fun. I can help you improve your nutrition, become more consistent, and just get out of your own way. And ultimately, like I said, unleash greatness in your life and become an athlete for life. So if you are interested in that, reach out. Other than that, have a great day, guys. I hope some of these tips help you beginners, and then probably will even help some of you people who have been doing it for years. So any questions, reach out, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, guys.